everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today we're gonna be doing an unboxing for the Green Witch Tarot. I got this on Amazon. It was like a bulk, like 5 tarot decks for like $7. It was on clearance. And I was like, well, why not? It was so cheap that I was excited and afraid at the same time. Because there has to be a reason why you're on the chopping block. Now, granted, sometimes you can find some great deals on clearance. And sometimes not. It's always rolling the dice here. So the Green Witch Tarot. By Anne Mora. So that's a pretty cool, it's a pretty small deck. It's not a big deck. I'm going to use my Lumeria. So this, the Green Witch is bigger. Okay, let me use another one. I'm going to use my Everyday Tarot. So my Everyday Tarot is still smaller, wider, and the Green Witch is taller. So I have to give you a little bit of a idea. Okay, so pretty basic, nothing serious about the box itself. Does the job. And so this is the deck itself. So you start with the Green Man. So the Green Man, I guess they call it the Magician, the Fool. Okay, so the back, makes sense. Pentacle, roses in the back. Pretty earthy feel to it. So this is the Green Man. So they call it the Fool. This is the first time I'm seeing a fool. He's not on the edge. He's, you know, just fooling around basically and dancing about. So that's pretty cool. And then there's this figure here. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to get the guidebook that's in the QRV card, QVR. The Witch, okay, that's like the equivalent to the Magician. Pretty cool. That's a pretty small deck. I guess you can put it in your pocket. The High Priestess. So it's pretty matted. It's kind of sensitive. It's kind of, the card is kind of flimsy. I don't think I'm going to use it every day because I might tear it apart. The Earth Mother, so I'm guessing that's equivalent to the Empress. You can see it looks like the shofar here with the fruits and that represent fertility. The wheat are all around her. It's pretty nice. The Horn God to represent the Emperor Harry's in astrology. Okay, it's pretty cool. The High Priest, the Hierophant equivalent. Usually the Hierophant has students, but I know there's no students here. Okay. Lady and the Lord, I guess to represent the lovers. That's pretty interesting. But there's no angels in the background, which is interesting. The Battle Wagon, so that's the Chariot. So they changed the name of it a little bit, but it's still in keeping with the Rider Waite. The Crone. That's interesting. The Crone, would that be the Strength card, or would that be the Hermit? I'm not sure. interesting. But I think that's probably the Strength card. And then the Holy King, I think that's probably the Hermit here. I might be wrong. I'm going to have to use the guidebook. But it's interesting imagery. It's interesting that they seek balance here with the crone and the Holy King here. So that's interesting. The Wheel of the Year, so I'm guessing that's the Wheel of Fortune. The Standing Stone. The Standing Stone. So that looks like the Justice card for me. That's interesting. The Oak King or the Hangman. Cool. The Lord of the Shadows. Lord of the Shadows. I wonder if that's the Death card. But it's kind of hard to tell. They changed the name so differently. And the imagery is a little different than what I'm used to. That's interesting. The Cid. The Cid. So usually that's a Temperance card. So that could be Temperance. Right? Nature. No clue what that could be. It could be the Moon card. I could be wrong too. It's kind of hard to tell. The Wild Hunt. So that's definitely a Tower moment here. Right? Undeniable. The Star. Okay, so now that's clear. Now we know. Cool. The Moon. Okay. That's pretty interesting. With that fish popping out. The Sun. It's beautiful. It's pretty self-explanatory. Harvest. That's so nice. The World Tree. That's pretty interesting. That's how they would depict the world. So I don't think it's in any particular order, so we're just gonna have to go with the flow. Six of Chalice. So usually that Six of Chalice is nostalgia card, sharing, going to the past, codependency. It could go on and on. Seven of Chalice is usually a lot of disillusion, distractions, not disinformation, but disillusion mostly. And it could be about options as well. So that's a interesting way of portraying that card. King of Chalice, King of Cup. Okay. Somebody pretty much about himself and his excess and his vices. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Interesting. Queen of Chalice. Usually her feet is in the water, but here she's sitting in a stone throne with flowers in her head. A little different. She's not looking at the chalice here. She's looking right ahead. Interesting. Okay. Knight of Chalice. So movement. Somebody who's emotionally driven. Page of Chalice. So somebody who's very artistic, very idealistic. Okay. It's interesting that they're showing all of that. Cool. Ten of Chalice. So happiness, contentment. That is beautiful card. Nine of Chalice. So basically getting your wish desire. And I see that ladybug here. Ladybug tends to be like a lucky. So that's pretty cool. Five of Wands. So usually Five of Wands is competitive, is conflict, but here it looks like they're working together to study. So that's an interesting way of looking at it. Four of Wands. So Four of Wands is happiness, is being united, getting together to celebrate all of that. I guess it could depict celebration because they're making mead. I think that's a form of beer with apple. So okay, that's could be cause for celebration. Like there's an upcoming celebration. Okay. Three of Wands. So Three of Wands about to embark on a journey. Yeah, that's in keeping with the Rider-Waite. He's about to propel himself and go to uncharted territory. Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is being in a safe place and looking ahead. See what other alternative is out there for you. What's on the other side? Ace of Wands. That's pretty cool, right? New beginning, inspiration. Ace of Chalice, again, emotionally, new beginning as well, but on an emotional, deep emotional level. Two of Chalice, commitment, a partnership, agreement, marriage. Three of Chalice, harvest, happiness, celebration. It's beautiful. Four of Chalice. Yeah, that makes sense. Usually the Four of Chalice, you see this gentleman sitting under a tree, and there's a cup being handed to him, but he's so deep in thought in his own head that he doesn't even realize the opportunity given to him. So here you see this lady, like kind of discontent, doesn't seem too happy with her situation, and then not even realizing there's a person that came to visit with a cup. But same keeping. Five of Chalice, being so concerned with what she lost. It looks like a grave of sort, not realizing what she still has. Eight of Atoms. Yes, Eight of Swords. So not seeing clearly, being stuck in a particular situation, or being stubborn and not being in denial. This is my in denial card. Once you see it, that usually what it means for me. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is usually like a movement card, like traveling card. And here you see this lady, she's like, have those wands, some kind of a sequence. That's interesting. I wonder what the guidebook has to say for that. Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is usually somebody who is basically holding the line, somebody who has been doing the good fight, right, and still strong enough to continue, even though he gotten some beating. So that's how the Rider-Waite depicts it, but here's a little bit different here. And then with those fairies in the corner here, that's just looking at the, okay, 10 of Wands. So usually 10 of Wands being overwhelmed and tired. But this is unusual. I mean, those sticks doesn't look like it's overwhelming her. But hey, okay, let's go with the flow. Let's not question these cards. Page of Wands. Yeah, a new beginning. This could be a messenger. Being excited about either learning new skills or about this inspiration that you got. So okay, we can go with that. Knight of Wands. So moving, being moved by your passion, by your obsession, by your motivation. So that's what moves you. Okay. Queen of Wands. So usually there's a cat, but there's no cat with this Queen of Wands. That's interesting. But I see lavender here. So somebody very passionate, very authentic, and very in keeping with her passion. With okay, King of Wands, inside by the fire, which is well, not unusual, but you don't see that a lot, and just enjoying himself. Usually somebody very charismatic, very out there, very successful. But this guy looks very homey, very, enjoying his time. Okay, homebody, interesting. Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is usually about uh, holding your ground against adversity, against others. And this one, I guess, it doesn't look like she have any adversarial whatever, but we'll go with that. Six of Wands, okay. Being recognized, being accepted, coming with success. Okay, Four of Swords, resting, in retreat, deep meditation. Five of Swords. So you see this gentleman well dressed. It looks like he's doing well for himself. And you see this gentleman in defeat, giving out his swords, as if this guy is taking advantage of him. So yeah, that's in keeping with the Five of Swords, being overpowered. Six of Swords, moving from troubled waters. So he's leaving some treacherous waters behind, and he's about to dock somewhere safe. Better life, maybe. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is usually about being cunning. It's about trying to get away with a particular situation. But here, you see him. He went to hunt. He went hunting, and he got what he needed. So he did not do anything in excess. Because the skunk is passing through, and he did not even try to attack the skunk. So basically getting what you need. Okay, that's very green. King of Swords. So it's about communicating, about sharing. It's about truth, words, information. So okay, that's in keeping with that. Queen of Swords. Being very witty, can be very firm, cutting to the heart of the matter. Okay, it's a nice, interesting card. Knight of Swords. So moving. Once you make your decision, you speed ahead, and you do not let doubt and fear get in your way. Page of Swords. It looks like she's doing some kind of ritual, trying to study or whatever in the dead of night. So that's an interesting. I'm intrigued to see how what the guidebook says about this. Okay, 10 of Swords. Usually the 10 of Swords is about surrender. It's about ending. But here it looks like she's doing this ritual here. So I wonder what's that about. That's interesting take on it. 9 of Swords. So being worried, being in distress, depressed, being scared, having a lot of doubts. King of Pentacles. And you can see it's about success. So you see all the kings look very fat and into themselves. Queen of Pentacles, they have that very homely look about themselves. Very practical, very generous. Okay, she's in Knight of Pentacles, moving slowly, but you will reach your destination. Page of Pentacles, you see this apprentice studying, really paying attention. Young kid at the beginning of his journey, right? 10 of Pentacles. So it could be inheritance, it could be community. For me, it's community. The Ten of Pentacles is always community or world or nation of sort. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, usually independence, being sovereign, being able to take care of your own, take care of yourself. But here I see a family, which is unusual. You don't see that often. Eight of Pentacles, so perfecting one's craft, really paying attention and really getting better over the years. So you see this gentleman. Ace of Atomus, Ace of Pentacles, so truth, new beginning, spiritual awakening, and so forth. Two of Swords, decision, being at a standstill and you have to make a decision. Okay. Three of Swords, loss. But it's interesting, you see this lady coming out of the market and she's coming home, and it looks like there's a light waiting for her. So what awaits her inside? All right, what, the husband and the kids are not here? I mean, that's devastating. Good Lord. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, that's a nice cheery looking card. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. See all this sheep herd represents success back in those days, and you see this house, pretty well to do. So that's a nice depiction. Two of Pentacles, juggling. Okay, I don't see the infinity sign, but I guess we'll go with that. Three of Pentacles, so cooperation, collaboration, working together, creating a solid foundation, unifying. Okay, that's a nice, yeah. Eight of Chalice, Eight of Chalice. So basically leaving something that no longer serves you behind and moving forward. Now, usually in other cards, you see this guy's back, not his front. So that's interesting. Ahead is grapes, like fruitful. So leaving something not serving you and then coming to, so that's beautiful. Four of Pentacles. So usually Four of Pentacles is holding to power, trying to be conservative, but here it looks like differently, like as if he's doesn't want anybody in because he's trying to keep his coins, or is he exposing the coins? It's kind of hard to tell here, but let's go with that. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles depicts loss. As you can see here, this lady, she looks destitute and she looks like she's sitting down temporarily to take a breather. There's some fire in the background, but she doesn't look like she's either going to be accepted or she's welcome, or they probably didn't even realize that there were fire in the background. And look at the salamander. That's interesting. Or this lizard. Anywho, hopefully the guidebook will provide more insight, but it's interesting. Six of Pentacles. So it's about giving, sharing. So you see this lady very well dressed in the blue and she's sharing. Now here, this gentleman here, he already has something in his back that is it money? Is it like dice? Is he a gambler? Anywho, he's putting his hand out as if he's waiting for her to share. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Usually Seven of Pentacles is about waiting for your harvest to bear fruit, or waiting for your investment to flourish. But here it looks like this guy is waiting. He's working on his either field or investment, and basically contemplating about what if, or what is going to be in the future, right? So okay, well, yeah, I know nothing is in order, but that's interesting deck nonetheless. It's pretty cool. Am I going to use it? Once I figure out the guidebook, read the, and see, some of the cards jumped out at me and I know what it means. Some of them I don't. But overall, it's a cool deck. It's a different deck. And I think I'm going to use it once I get to know it a little bit better. But it's a nice, cute little deck. So yeah, thank you guys. So yeah, this is a good, cute little deck that I'm going to try to get acquainted with. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And do feel free to share, like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And definitely see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye.